What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Play the Vinyl podcast. Today we're gonna talk about some of the recent releases, as usual. I have some other topics to get to. So first off, let's start what's come out this week. The two big releases. You have Savage Mode. Joji dropped. I don't know. I don't think that was this week. That might have been last week. And Bryson Tiller dropped. I haven't gotten around to listening to the Bryson Tiller album. It's just not a priority to me. I liked Trap Soul, don't get me wrong, but I've listened to Savage Mode I think twice. For the free time that I've had. And then I was writing the Joji review. Savage Mode. Here's the issue with Savage Mode, right? Savage Mode by itself, if it wasn't a sequel to another album or to like a series of albums, it would be I would have no problems with it. The production is Metro. It's not, although it's not Metro. It's not Metro's peak, like, by far. I'm almost thinking, like, questioning, is Metro past his prime? I mean, from Savage Mode 1, Savage Mode 1, What a Time to Be Alive, which a lot of people skip over when they're talking about, what Metro has done. That's a sick album. I think the production on that album is some of my favorite. What else did he do? I think he did DS2, Without Warning, so many legendary albums from Metro, right? This album just seemed like it wasn't as detailed as Metro usually is. It wasn't as immersive as Metro beats usually are. And on the other hand, Savage, I think just the way that the beats and 21 Savage's rapping matched up, it just didn't match what we thought Savage Mode 2 was going to be. However, as an album by itself, I mean, I like it. I like, I like Metro's beats, even though they're not his best. It's still Metro. He's still an amazing producer. I like the beats. 21 Savage did what 21 Savage does. The only thing I don't like is when 21 Savage tries to be melodic. To me, it doesn't stick with me. I'd rather him just stay kind of dark and grimy. To me, that's just the 21 Savage that I like. I know a lot of people probably disagree with that. But yeah, in general, good album. Not like fantastic and doesn't knock my socks off, but a good album enough to be played, continuously played, on repeat. What else? So the Joji album I reviewed. I wrote a review for that. Joji, I like where he's coming. I like where he's going. I like where he's coming from. I like the effort he puts into his music. I like the blend and kind of like I like his passion for what he's doing. It's clearly shown in his music. There were some heavy misses on Nectar, and there were some big hits on Nectar, in my opinion. So will I listen to that? Yeah, I might listen to some of the better songs off of it. I don't think I'm ever gonna play that album in full, top to bottom. But I am definitely gonna listen to some of the singles off of there. Again, I haven't listened to the Bryson Tiller album yet. I'm gonna get to that today. So I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll review it if it really intrigues me. I think what I'm gonna do, though, I might review Savage Mode. I might write a review for Savage Mode, because I haven't written a review for a trap album on this on the blog, and I think it's about time. Trap is such a big genre, but sometimes, like, most of the time, it's such a fucking oversaturated genre that it's not like my thing at this point. I think I'm just over it. I like experimental trap artists. Like, I like not that he's experimental, but I like Baby Keem. I do like 21 Savage. I like Metro Boomin. But for a lot of the stuff that's come out recently, especially out of the Atlanta trap scene, has just been subpar in my opinion. A lot of people like Lil Baby. I personally am not the biggest fan of him. I understand why people like him. He kind of has his own style, his own flow type thing. And his lyrics are better than other artists, but it still just sounds way too oversaturated because so many artists are coming out of that scene. So many artists are inspired by the same other artists, and they have a similar sound. That's why I like Baby Keem. Obviously, I like the goats. I like Future. I like Young Thug. But yeah, that's just really where I stand with trap. But I probably will review this Metro shit because it's that relevant right now. What I wanted to talk about, actually, this just kind of came to my mind last minute. So, if I'm right, Savage Mode 1 came out 4 years ago. Let me just fact check myself. Yeah, Savage Mode 1 came out in 2016, so it came out 4 years ago. Came out over 4 years ago, because it came out in July of 2016. I want to know, I wish I had someone to talk to sometimes, because I want to know what your guys' opinion is of, waiting 4 years for an album from an artist. Or not, in this case, not one artist, but for like both of them to work together. So we'll just consider them for the case of this argument, one artist. For example, when Kendrick dropped Damn in 2017, I believe. Kendrick Lamar. Damn came out in 2017, so it's like, for me, as a huge Kendrick fan, I mean, waiting 3 years is, for me, that's enough. For me, like, I could wait 3 years. I'd rather not, but I can wait 3 years if it's an artist that I really, really love and I know they're working on it. I could wait, like, honestly. But I think it's gotten to the point, maybe because of the pandemic, that I'm sitting here like losing my fucking mind. Just waiting for one of like my big artists that I listen to drop something, because I like need it. I mean, not that 2020 has been a bad year for hip hop. We've had Run the Jewels 4. As fucking mid as it was, Eternal Take, which was, we've waited for a long time. Alfredo, so many Griselda albums, which, that's another one that came out that I haven't listened to yet, the Westside Gunn album. I've spoken on my opinions on Westside Gunn and kind of the whole Griselda vibe. I'm going to get around to it. I'm not in a rush, but I am going to get around to it. But yeah, like, this year has been a good year for music, but I feel like even without like the Drake album, like it was kind of weird not getting a Drake album in the beginning of the summer or something to like just to have to listen to, because as much as the rap community doesn't like Drake, he does release, like, he does have a couple bangers that'll get you through the summer. So I feel like it was just a weird year for music, probably because of COVID and people couldn't tour. Like, even if Kendrick did have something ready to release, I doubt he would have dropped it because you can't tour for it. Same with Cole, definitely same with Drake. Drake's not going to drop anything if he can't tour. We got the Future project, which was good. Yeah, otherwise it's like we have gotten more good rap projects. I don't want to like undermine any others. They're just not coming to mind right now. But it's the way I think I'm at the point now, like about 3.5 years, where I'm at the edge of my seat, and I'm like, okay, Kendrick, like, okay, Cole has, I mean, yeah, Revenge of the Dreamers was kind of mid, so we're just gonna skip over that, and it wasn't all Cole, and it wasn't as conceptual as what Cole does. So yeah, at this point I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, Kenny, all right, Cole. I'm a J. Cole fan. I know a lot of people aren't, but I'm a J. Cole fan. Even at this point, even though Drake dropped last year or 2 years ago, I could have used a Drake album in the beginning of the summer. I'm not gonna lie. Just some some shit to listen to. Oh, Frank Ocean needs to drop. I think I'm at the point there where I'm like, okay, I need it. And even though when the fuck did Dial It came out in 2018? Dial It came out in 2018. Even though it's only been 2 years, I need a whole lot of red, like, now. Again, another one I could have used in the beginning of the summer, but again, I'll disclose that none of these artists are going to drop if they can't tour, because that's where all the money comes from. So kind of bouncing off of that, I want to talk. I was thinking I was going for a run and mid run, which I shouldn't really think about this stuff mid run. You know, I'm like my third mile, and I'm thinking, who are the best feature artists out there? Because because like honestly, when I was listening to Savage Mode and I don't know the actual name of the song. I'm looking it up right now. Savage Mode 2 and Mr. Right Now with Drake. Like Drake is a killer feature artist. Um, he's a killer feature artist, and he also releases killer singles. Um, I think when he tries to put together a conceptual album, that's when we kind of lose him. But two of the best feature artists are on this album are Drake and Young Thug. So what I wanted to talk about, and if you guys are listening to this, you can comment. I want to know like who are the best feature artists out there, because I think the big three, like I think Kenny, Cole, and Drake all are great feature artists. I think Drake can just adapt to any situation that he's in. He's made artists, like he's made artists famous by being featured on their songs, not just because it's Drake, but he actually kills that shit. The one that comes to mind is the Lil Baby feature. Whatever it was, you know what I'm talking about. The brand new whip got no keys. Pikachu, yellow Ferrari, whatever. That that's a good example, and obviously there have been so many others. And I think that the real definition for being like a great feature artist isn't just, oh, he killed his verse. It's more so, oh, like he killed his verse but made the whole song better. And I think those are very different things. So I think the big three, Cole, I know for a fact if you don't like Cole, you still like feature Cole, because feature Cole snaps on a whole other fucking level than what the others do. Than what he does like on a solo, on a singles level, or on his solo album level. Kenny is Kenny. Kenny's obviously, we know all the features he's done. He's destroyed that shit. Then it's like, all right, Young Thug, obviously, I put Young Thug up there. And Young Thug has gotten more versatile throughout the years with the type of features he's done and the type of like artists he works with and the type of sounds that he's going over. It's not so much like he's just doing Atlanta trap stuff. Really over like the past couple years, he's been expanding. Like he did that Post Malone feature, Goodbye, I think the song was called. That was like a pop hit type shit. But he's definitely expanding, and I think when I see him on a track, it's like you kind of flock towards it because he makes the track better. Future's another one. I think Future always uplifts a song, even his Grammy Award winning was the King's Dead. That too. That's another one that definitely, even though he took a weird fucking route, he definitely made the song more memorable than it was before. So yeah, I think those are like. This is like coming from such a biased standpoint, but I do think that like JPEG, I think that Peggy is an amazing feature artist. I think because he could adapt to any situation whatsoever. I think Young Nudie is a really good feature artist. I think he's killed a lot of stuff that he's done. Jitty Jid is another one. JID, he kills a lot of the shit a lot of the features he's on. I can't even, I like, Travis Scott, I think, kills songs every now and then. Like he just makes them kind of just so Travis Scott and so generic. Back in the day, we're talking, he was definitely one of the best feature artists, but now it's like he kind of just, sometimes I could do without him. Post Malone I could do without in music in general. I think those are like really the biggest, most prominent feature artists that really can change a song in terms of hip hop and in terms of like, bigger hip hop who really get a lot of features and are featured on a lot of songs. That's I'm trying to think of others, who else really lifts up a song that's not a producer, because obviously a producer can do a lot. Oh, Uzi kills features too. I don't think Uzi really makes songs worse when he's on them, even if his solo songs aren't the best because he picks whack ass beats. Um, but Uzi definitely is up there. Oh, and Playboy besides 19, well, whatever the fuck that song, the Drake song that he just was on. Sorry, I really don't listen to that. From Dark Lane demo tapes. Cardi too. Cardi kills features. Bryson Tiller kills features. I'm not gonna lie. Bryson Tiller does destroy features. He's really good at that. Jack Harlow is a really good feature artist as well. Because I think they all share just a common trait of they can all adapt to the situation, mattering on who the rapper is. Anyway, lastly, big news this week. Or big false news. We got, I talked about this on my page, on my story on Instagram. JPEG Mafia false accusations about a rape charge, and the person came out and admitted that it was a false accusation. Listen, guys, I saw way too many people cancel him as soon as that news came out. Like, as soon as that shit dropped, people were like, "Oh, it's too detailed for it to be false." Yeah, it's like, it's obviously true because she remembers what he smelled like. Yo, guys, that shit does not matter. Like, when I was reading that, and I know other pages felt like this, when I was reading that, it felt like a fucking fan fiction. Like, it felt like I was reading. It was so obviously fabricated. I mean, I don't want to get too into detail with it because I do have a message behind this. But guys, like, you can't cancel an artist as soon as allegations come up, because artists work really, really. I know it seems like it's easy work, but being an artist is not easy work, yo. And like, they work really, really hard to make the money that they make, and to tour, and to do all this shit. And it's an achievement to break into either the underground or the mainstream and get a following. If you jump to conclusions and cancel an artist too soon, it starts to trend, it starts to blow up, and then whether or not the artist did it, they're canceled. So my biggest fear was that, all right, all these fucking people are posting, kind of, oh, he did it because the story is so detailed, Peggy, why, oh, and then tomorrow it's like it blows up to a degree that is just way out of fucking line, way out of hand. It gets out of our hands, and then Peggy gets canceled before he could even say anything. People were saying he handled it poorly. He handled it extremely well, because you guys need to do your own fucking research. The world needs to do their own fucking research on things. Like, I mean, listen, I didn't do my research, but I didn't jump to conclusions. You can't jump to conclusions and then be like, but have not done any research, and you're just listening to this third party because you want to feel bad for them, because they want you to feel bad for them. It ended up being a fucking racist scam. Like, it was some people that were some anonymous 4chan users that were, I believe they were part of a racist group targeting Peggy. So listen, guys, don't cancel artists before you get any evidence, before there's any type of message, if there's any type of statement made. Don't cancel an artist, because it could jump the gun and it could ruin who you want to listen to. Because JPEG Mafia gets canceled, but then it comes out he didn't do it. It doesn't matter. No one's going to his shows. Then there's no more music. Then he's not getting paid, and there's no more JPEG Mafia. That's really, I wanted to speak on that, because to me that was just so blown out of fucking proportion. He handled it extremely well. He just told you guys, do your own fucking research. Look up this shit. Look up that people copy and paste these stories. It's copy pasta. It's a big deal. And the way the story was written, it was written around the character of JPEG Mafia, right? Guys, the artist and the person are two different things. They are. As much as people want to keep them together, when you meet an artist, just like if you meet an actor in the middle of the street, if you met like I mean, Tom Cruise is a little crazy, so we're not really gonna go there. If you met Leonardo DiCaprio in the middle of the street, he wouldn't he wouldn't be fucking snorting coke out of assholes, and he wouldn't like be throwing little people at a dartboard like in fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Like, it doesn't work like that. The artist is different than the person. I mean, JPEG Mafia has said himself that, you know, the character of JPEG Mafia is an extended and exaggerated version of himself, you know? So, listen, when he's not on stage and when he's not recording, he's a normal person. He's his own person. He's not JPEG Mafia. If you were to meet fucking MF Doom in the middle of the street, he wouldn't be wearing a mask, and he wouldn't be like talking about the fucked up shit that MF Doom talk. Like, he wouldn't be talking in poetry. He wouldn't be talking in metaphors. It's different. So don't cancel artists before you need to, guys. That's just a dangerous fucking game. And that was such a weird situation. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Check me out. Play the Vinyl on Instagram. Play.the.vinyl. You could, obviously leave a like, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Peace.